2, 1.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody, and welcome to KSAT News Now. Joining me today is none other than Tiffany Huertas. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Yeah.
I'm excited. This is fun.
Yeah, this is fun. This is the first time that we've been able to do this. I know you did this with Max, and we know Max is Max, but
yeah, Max is Max.
yeah, but really glad to have you joining us today. We know you're super busy.
Oh yeah.
And,
we went live at 9. We did a story for noon that's going to air at noon, and now we're here.
Yeah.
What will happen later? We don't
exactly.
know.
We never know. We never know. But we are here to follow everything that's going on throughout the day. And of course, for KSAT News Now, we're streaming daily, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Also podcasting. So hit us with that like, rate, and subscribe to the podcast. Are you a podcast person?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I have lots of podcasts.
All right.
Yeah, from motherhood to technology. I mean, do you love podcasts too?
I do. I tend to listen to them on the way into work,
driving.
going home,
favorite.
working out. Yeah, so they really are.
Working out, man.
Yeah.
That's multitasking. That's cool. I only listen to music working out. But I'm going to try that then.
Yeah.
Well, this morning, HEB is set to give a Texas-sized gift to the Uvalde community. And a major airline says it's trying to help travelers out by not charging them to change flights.
Yeah, so we also have this pretty cool story here, trending story so far. An iconic Halloween movie is back. We'll give you some details on that. And hey, we got some rain, so much needed rain. Not everywhere, but it was definitely very welcome. Did you get rain yesterday?
Yes, I did. And I was excited, but I hate driving the rain, so I was like, but I'm happy we have some rain, y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. So Justin Horn will be with us here in just a little bit to discuss the latest with weather. But Tiffany, this morning we have some breaking news that just came into the newsroom. The death toll in that migrant trailer discovery has now increased to 53.
Yeah, we just learned 2 more people have died. Support is pouring in for those families. Dozens of people gathered at Pearsall Park last night for a candlelight vigil. This
park is just 5 miles away from Quintana Road, where that trailer was found on Monday. There is also a growing memorial at the scene as well, with flowers, balloons, and crosses lining the road.
Some attendees at the vigil gave speeches sharing their condolences, experiences with immigration, and even called out Governor Greg Abbott for quickly taking to Twitter to turn the tragedy political.
That's right. That one of them was Precinct 1 Commissioner Rebecca Clay Flores. He called out Governor Abbott yesterday at a press conference for putting the blame on President Joe Biden. Meanwhile, Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar also wrote up a letter to President Biden asking him to take action on the humanitarian crisis at the border.
He says, quote, "I'm angry, Mr. President. I'm angry that I could not stop this massive loss of life in my county. I'm disappointed that a perceived lack of action on the part of the U.S. government has allowed the governor of my state to use this issue as one big campaign stunt," end quote.
Governor Abbott is actually at the border today in Eagle Pass, where he will hold a press conference on this incident for the first time. And I believe we're also going to hear from DPS Director Steve McCraw as well, and we will be live streaming that at 2 o'clock. Again, Governor Abbott down on the border.
Yeah. And now to another story making national headlines. Ghislaine Maxwell, the New York woman who was on trial for carrying on a scheme with former boyfriend Jeffrey Epstein to groom and sexually abuse underage girls, was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. Yeah,
this has been a case that we've been obviously following, a lot of people following for the past year or so. So Maxwell did not testify in her defense hearing during that trial last year, which ended with that conviction on sex trafficking of a minor. But she did speak in court yesterday, speaking directly to the victims. She said that Jeffrey Epstein should have been here before you all, and that it's not about Epstein ultimately, but it is for me to be sentenced.
She acknowledged the scheme, but did not take full responsibility. She also said, "I am sorry for the pain that you've experienced. I hope my conviction brings you closure."
That's right. Prosecutors had asked the judge to sentence Maxwell to 30 to 55 years in prison, so she ends up with 20 years, and we know that this has been a pretty big case across the country, and it's unfortunate what happened here with these victims, but these victims may be finally getting a little bit, as we said there, a little bit of closure now.
Yeah, a very emotional time for them, but it's definitely going to end this chapter in their life.
Yeah, absolutely. So moving back here closer to home, HEB, Tiffany, we know HEB does a lot for the community, and no surprise here, they're stepping up in a big way to help students And the people in Uvalde, the Butt family that owns HEB, announced they will commit $10 million to help build a new elementary school campus there after officials decided to demolish Robb Elementary School, of course, where that horrible scene happened where that gunman killed 21 people.
HEB announced the news after the Uvalde School District tweeted it's starting a fund to help build a new campus. The family and HEB will work with other stakeholders and organizations on the development of the campus. Charles
Butt, that is HEB's chairman, said in the release that their first store in Uvalde opened back in 1959, and people in Uvalde are, quote, our people.
Robb Elementary was built in the 1960s and serves approximately 538 students in grades 2nd through 4th.
Yeah, and they just continue to get a ton of support. Obviously, nothing can replace the lives lost there, but I was talking to someone earlier today for a story that I'm working on for our later newscast, and they were saying that just the amount of donations and everything that they've gotten has been very overwhelming to them. And while they appreciate everything, it definitely has been a lot to be able to process all that, but then also deal with the grieving and mourning that they are also feeling. So this is a great step here from HEB, and obviously they are starting this fund now to build a new elementary school because that one site, they haven't decided yet, right? What's going to happen with that?
No, but I really do think that this is the time where the community needs to stay together throughout many months to come, because this is not an easy process for the families and everyone involved.
Yeah, so a lot of support there. HEB stepping up with that gift there for the students in Uvalde. Okay, do you have plans for 4th of July, Tiffany?
4th of July, just probably barbecue.
There you go. I like that.
Tacos.
Okay, I like that.
Some summer refreshments.
I like that.
Family.
You're hitting all the bingo.
And friends. I'm excited. You're getting me so excited.
I know. Yeah, we have a holiday weekend coming up, and but this is a pretty interesting story here. So a big heads up if you plan to fly this weekend. Delta Airlines is allowing their flyers to change their tickets for free ahead of what's expected to be a busy 4th of July at airports.
Yeah, Delta now says passengers won't have to pay a fare difference if they change tickets booked July 1st through the 4th.
All right, so Delta and other carriers have cut their summer schedules to give themselves more wiggle room to recover when things go wrong, and we've seen over the past weekend or so things have gone wrong a lot.
Yes, now 4th of July weekend is expected to be the busiest for air travel since before the pandemic, and I have family that is traveling, so I will continue to remind them to stay on top of it and to just pack that patience, because there's going to be a lot of people traveling.
I think this is interesting because I don't know if I would want to change my flights for something like this, and I feel like you'd have to get like a voucher from the airline, like give me like something back in order for me to change my entire weekend plans.
And sometimes you can't move.
But it's a gamble.
Yeah, sometimes you can't move certain events, so it's.
Yeah, it's a gamble because either you're going to be maybe stuck at the airport, or you could just go ahead and take the option now to change your flight.
Yeah.
But like you said, sometimes when things are already set, they're set.
They're set.
All right, so what is the weekend weather going to be like? Of course, that's going to be a big question as we get set for 4th of July. I see the man walking up to us right now. What's that, Justin? He's doing a little shimmy in here.
He's excited.
I was so excited about yesterday's rainfall. It was amazing.
He's doing a little jaunt on here, man.
Listen, it has been so long since it rained like that. I was outside just standing there soaking it in, quite literally.
I saw you post a picture on Instagram. Besides, follow Justin on Instagram. He's great with this type of stuff.
Fun.
You had the, what is it, the meter, right? The rain meter?
The rain gauge.
The rain gauge, there you go. I knew you would
asked people to send in their pictures of the rain gauges. They sent in a ton, and it was all good news. Most everyone saw at least a ½ inch of rain, which is exactly what we needed. The question I have for you guys, because I'm coming with trivia.
Of course.
The Edwards Aquifer, it's taken a bump this morning. It's jumped up, but it's been really low. Obviously, we've been in 630. So what is the lowest the Edwards Aquifer has ever been since we've been measuring it at J17? You have 4 choices there: 623, 612 feet, 605 feet, or 599 feet. What do you think?
C.
So, wow, okay.
I always go with C.
Yeah, multiple choice C. first of all, what does J17 mean?
Yeah.
So that's where the aquifer is measured. That's a great question, by the way. And it's on JBSA Fort Sam Houston. That's where they measure it.
Okay.
And that's where we get our aquifer reading every day that we report to you.
Okay, here we go. So what is the lowest level that the Edwards Aquifer has ever dropped to? You said C.
Yep.
I guess I got to go with the lowest here, right? 599?
Okay, yeah, you're both wrong, and that's okay. 612 is the correct answer. So back in August of 1956, we dropped down to 612.5. That was in the midst of our biggest drought that we've had here in South Texas. It's never been that low again. It probably won't be, but the good news is that the aquifer did jump up after yesterday's rain. I just checked it. We're up a foot since yesterday, up to 634.9, and that is really, really good news. So headed in the right direction. It's not going to stay this way forever, though. We need more rain, and it looks like we're headed back into more of a drier pattern. The numbers yesterday, about ½ inch at the airport, over an inch in Bernie, Floresville, close to 2 inches. You look around Bexar County, the numbers were all good. Alamo Ranch, 2.89, nearly 4 inches in Windcrest, 1.29 Garden Ridge, 1.89 Spring Branch. It was spotty. Some places saw a lot more than others, but everybody at least got quarter to ½ inch of rain, which is exactly what we needed. As we go outside for you right now, we've got mostly clear skies, 85 degrees, dew point is at 60 with a north-northeasterly wind at about 7. In the forecast today, mostly sunny to start. Now as we get into the afternoon, we'll see a few showers trying to work up from the coast. 20% chance for our coastal counties. Here in San Antonio, I'd say it's about a 10% chance. Not great, but we'll see a couple pop-ups initially east of I-35. Some of these will try to make a run for the San Antonio area by this evening. Chances are it won't make it, but we'll keep an eye on the radar. It's not going to be like yesterday. No, we're not going to see the widespread rain like yesterday, and all this dies down once we lose the daytime heating. 94 at 2 o'clock, so it warms up pretty quickly, and then we'll start to add in some rain chances, very small rain chances this evening. 94 at 6 o'clock, 92 at 7 p.m., and just that 10% chance of rain, and then quiet this evening. We've also got to talk about the tropics very quickly. Stuff's starting to get heated up there. We have a great article on KSAT.com if you have questions about it. Meteorologist Sarah Spivey has posted that, but this is what we're looking at. A little swirl in the Gulf of Mexico, still very disorganized, but the Hurricane Center is keeping an eye on it. And these are the spaghetti plots, the infamous spaghetti plots that show us where we think this might go. Now, they're usually not all that accurate unless we have a center of circulation. We don't have that yet. So there's still a wide spread, but the general idea is that if this were to develop, it would work east of San Antonio and take a lot of the moisture with it and keep it to our east. So it doesn't look like we're going to get a whole lot of benefit from this. But as we forecast into Thursday at 3 o'clock, show some showers there along the coast, maybe some heavier rain around Houston. Thursday into Friday, see the bulk of the moisture is going to be east of us towards the Houston area. We could get a few showers, but I just don't think we're going to get much out of it. And then that moves north. We'll have one last small rain chance on Saturday, but we're keeping our rain chances at 20% Thursday through Saturday, with the bulk of the moisture staying east. Temperatures start to warm up. We're 98 Sunday. You guys asked about July 4th. 99. Mostly sunny. And you know, I do need to mention this rain was great, but I don't want to give people to have a false sense of security here when it comes to fireworks, because it's still dry and there still can be fires and that sort of thing. So we have to be real careful. Next week is going to be hot, and it looks like dry for first part of the week at least.
Yeah, definitely need to be aware. That's a great point, Justin, as we continue to see these drought conditions here in our area. Obviously, people here in San Antonio, they like to pop fireworks.
Oh, they love it.
They do.
Last year, you were out there showing us how to be safe.
Yeah, there was they have some stuff going on at obviously in parks and things like that, but definitely, it's something that you need to keep an eye on, especially, and just be safe out there again. Just keep in mind all the restrictions in the counties and local counties when it comes to all your fireworks activities taking place this weekend. So, speaking of this weekend, you're a big movie fan?
Yes, I'm a movie fan.
You're a movie fan. And I asked you this question earlier.
What was the question?
Yeah, remember the question?
What was the question?
I asked you if you knew what the movie Hocus Pocus was, and you just laughed at me.
Well, RJ, thank you so much for that marvelous introduction.
Wow, that's pretty good.
If you know, you know. Come on.
That is pretty good. Okay, because this is pretty big stuff here for all of us that grew up, in the early 90s maybe? I think that's kind of when this came out. So Hocus Pocus is making a return, and we're getting a new look at this new spooky Disney film. So much, of course, the original inspired a sequel.
Yeah, mark your calendars. On September 30th, the Sanderson sisters will return again in Hocus Pocus 2.
All right, a lot of excitement over this trailer that was just released. So even though in the movie the witches return every 300 years, it's been 30 years since they were last seen on the big screen.
Many people are taking to Twitter saying the sequel doesn't exactly make the most sense considering the witches did die at the end and the cat Binks, although seen in the teaser, supposedly found peace in what looked like heaven.
Wow, a lot of people are already kind of dogging on this, but many people say that they still plan to watch it. It will be streaming on Disney Plus on September 30th, just in time for the Halloween spooky season. Yeah.
I put a spell on you.
There you go. Very nice. Yeah.
I can
Okay,
keep
you
going.
are a big fan.
I am a fan. I'm sorry. Well, I'll admit it right now. I am a big fan.
Some other Twitter reactions, just lock up your children. Yes, Salem, we're back.
Okay. That was intense.
Yeah, and their tagline, we're not going to say, we'll let you go on their tagline there because it's, we're back.
You see,
then,
if
yeah.
you know, you know.
Ah, there you go. That was referring to what you're saying. I'm going to need to hear you sing a little bit more.
Okay.
Maybe after
All
the
right,
show.
after.
It'll be a special KSAT News Now, an exclusive, an extra, Tiffany singing. So yeah, a lot of people saying that they are excited. They love the original, and this other person on Twitter saying, my inner Halloween child is screaming right now.
Yes, mine
Yeah.
too. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So yeah, definitely mark your calendars for that. And Tiffany, I know you're working on a story for today at noon. Do you want to go ahead and talk a little bit about what that is?
Yeah, I'm working on a story with Soldiers Angels. They're doing their annual blanket drive. So they're collecting different blankets, and those will be given to veterans and other service members that are deployed. So it's really exciting. I share a story from one of the people that work there at Soldiers Angels and what this means to them.
Yeah.
So that story's coming up at noon, and you can also watch it on KSAT.com.
Absolutely, yeah, great stuff.
And what are you working on?
I was doing this story about these kits that are being put together for children in Uvalde.
Yes.
So that's what we were talking about, just the amount of donations and stuff that have been going to that community. So there's some kits being put together with coloring books, activity books, journals for children in Uvalde that are actually here in San Antonio right now. They're going to be delivered out to Uvalde over the next couple of days.
That's
So, yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, it's going to be, I'm really excited to tell this story. So, all right, Tiffany, well, thank you very much for
Thank you, we
jumping
did
in.
it.
KSAT News Now. We done did it. Yes, we did.
We done did it. All right.
We will be back here tomorrow on KSAT News Now at 11 a.m. Make sure you guys have a great Wednesday.